I want to thank all the Southeast Siders for their great support of the 10th Ward and their commitment to other families and churches and their blocks in their community and all the businesses that really make up a difference here in our city. And it's really family by family and block by block that has made our city and rebuilt our city. And like a long history here, the most historical location here, industrial location, I believe in the country is right here. They create a lot of middle-class families and create a lot of opportunities for one generation to another. And like anything else, we have to really have the vision, be able to rebuild and think outside the box. And at the site of the old Wisconsin steel plant, we have supported thousands of Chicago and their families for more than 75 years. You think of that contribution. When Wisconsin Steel was created around 1902, there had already been a steel plant on this property since 1875. For more than 100 years, the community made Chicago one of the world's greatest iron and steel producers. When you think about that generation of people that really went to work on a daily basis, industry changed, and of course plants closed. And growing up near the stockyards all my life, and we could see that in the 50s as well, you know, the huge factories and how it all of a sudden changed in the stockyards, and how the stockyards changed, and you have to change with the times, otherwise you live in the past. Well, the Southeast Side has always been the people who have really worked hard and made a difference in our city, in our state, in our nation, in the world. And so you need optimism. And so here, this new storage facility and asphalt operating services going up in this property is a shining example of thinking outside the box and how we can basically put people to work in construction and afterwards. Construction of this facility, which is about 70% completed, was made possible in part by $45 million recovery zone facility bonds issued by the city and a property tax incentive for Cook County. And I want to thank Alderman Pope for his efforts, and he really realizes that, and all the environmental challenges that go in that, and we have to work on that, otherwise we have to put people to work. And the very sad thing, when you think about hundreds of thousands of people showing up you know, for jobs at McDonald's, and people are saying, I'll take any job, I'll take any job. And when you think of that, we have to really create good quality jobs that people can afford with their family and everything else that goes with it. And it shows you how desperate America is. I mean, we're in a difficult situation. We have to get out of this as quickly as possible. And so this is an example that everybody has to work together. It takes vision. Sometimes it takes a little time, and you have to be able to have patience. And patience is always the key. And from here, the company has pointed out will receive and ship out liquid asphalt by barge, rail, and truck. The construction projects created construction jobs, created 45 more permanent jobs for the community here in the 10th Ward. They're working very closely with Alderman Pope. Southeast Side is South Chicago, Hegewisch, East Side, South Erie, and others. We're all coming back, and I really believe in that, because it's people like yourself and block by block, and the churches and business and not-for-profits all working together. And I want to thank all the residents for their great confidence they have given to me and our administration. And to me, the whole issue is how do you rebuild the city. The city carried out $39 million in TIF funding for the Ford Torrance Avenue plant. And why was that important? Because it's the second oldest Ford plant in the United States. And I went to see, we went there, and I just want to point out, Governor Ryan did too. So both of us flew there to Detroit. It's the first time Ford ever had a mayor and a governor come to see him. So when you think of that, usually it's only the mayor and they're arguing politically and all this. We went there together on the behalf of the Ford plant here. And I want to thank him. I make no bones about that. There's nothing wrong with thanking someone who's done a good deed for the people only here. And so we put that money into really retrofit the facility, the modernization of the plant, and the supplier adjacent parts, and they're coming back, as Ford Motor pointed out. We have used $14 million to rehab the Torrance Avenue Bridge, Old Calumet River, resurface Avenue O, carry out many street improvements, and John's always at my door. We need more money. I understand that. We're going to get it. You know, potholes can't get too big, Rich. Yeah, always reminds you of those. Too big. We have put another $96 million in TIF funding for the U.S. Steel Southworks redevelopment. and that is online, and we're moving ahead. And also US 41, Department of Transportation relocation project, all the way US 41 from 79th Street to Ewing Avenue. That's very important for us to get that project going, because all the land along the water is very, very precious. Both the river, you have to realize that water is precious and the lake is precious. So that is something that we always have to look at. And also sustainability of a lot of the land out here, which is really important in dealing with the quality of life. We have created a Calumet Land Use Project, the Calumet Open Space Reserve Plan, the Calumet Design Council. We have approved 537 acres of open space in the Park District, Hegwish Marsh, Big Marsh, and Indian Ridge Marsh. We have created 132-acre Marion Burns Prairie, dedicated after a woman that was very, very strong in the community about open space, and we think of that. Since 1993, the Chicago Park District has acquired more than 36 acres of parkland in the ward. We've added 1,500 acres of open space in the city of Chicago. The Department of Housing and Economic Development undertaking numerous projects in the ward. Victory Center in South Chicago, senior suites at Hegwish, 30 units of housing by large families at Casa Kirk, which is really important. We're rebuilding and upgrading Trumbull Park homes, brought back 437 units of quality housing. We instilled the real confidence in people living in Trumbull Parks, which is really important. We opened two new libraries, Hegwish and Wodak East Branch, renovated, expanded the South Chicago branch. We're very proud of that. The last month, the City Department of Family and Support Services opened a new service center at 86th and Commercial. Will help us serve our residents very well. We opened a new air sea rescue facility at 95th and the Lake. We added a new campus park at Jane Addams Elementary School, created 7 new community gardens in this ward. And I want to thank the entire ward for their confidence and their love of the city and love of the community. And that's what it's all about. This city is made up block by block and family by family and community by community and churches and all the non-for-profits and fraternal social organizations. And that truly makes up what Chicago's all about. It isn't what you may read in the daily newspapers. It's all of you that have really built the city and continue to build the city. And we have a great city, and we have to realize that. We have great opportunities, and we keep it going. We have the vision, and Chicago's like a big puzzle. You keep putting things down together, and it starts adding up, and you start creating new energy and new vision for the city. And I want to thank all of you for your great commitment. I wish all of you a wonderful Easter for you and your families. Thank you very much. It was a great honor. It was a great honor for me to serve as mayor. There's no greater honor than being mayor of the city of Chicago. I'll be very frank. And someone said I enjoyed all 22 years. I make no regrets about that. I think this is a great city, and I thank all those people that had ideas and little cards they sent me about different things, about how we can do things differently, and that's what it's all about. It's people who have made a difference here in the city, and it will continue to make a difference in the future. Thank you very much.